OMG 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 hi 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 hi. My broda's high.
Yeah.
Hi Doc. Hi Onolith. Hi voice Lolol. The other thanks you so much for 32 months. Thanks for the support. Hi Moppy. OMG 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 it's Gems Lolo. Hooey 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 hooey. Hello Ace. Hi Darth. Hello other thanks. Hi Madjack 45 streak is crazy thanks a lot. The best vampire. The besto Peppies Lololo. Hey. Don't do that. Hi monotone. Awawa. Awawa is crazy. Crazy almost 3 years OMG thanks for the long time support. Best cat? Maybe best vampire. OMG 50 streak that's crazy thanks. Greatness recognizes greatness. Well, since I'm a shapeshifter, I can be what I want. Hell yeah. My brodas welcome welcome to another PrisciTV. Hope today was nice day and night. Hope it is yep yep yep. Hi Rocky. The dancing emote. Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Wiggly wiggle. Nah bruh, I get happy too easy. Is just that as dancing. Well is fun. Wiggle wiggle with the jiggle jiggle, I don't know. Twin tail jiggle physics. Well, now it moves. The hair. Well, I will let it like that. Prisci with physics. Thanks today mom still at home. She still resting nurse still here. She is taking care of us. Thanks a lot. For the good wishes. The same nurse not always. Since disposition. And schedules can be bruh sometimes, but that don't happen often since visits are already talked. So don't worry about it. No, I don't want to be DLSR 5. Don't turn me into slop. OMG Rocky, that would be cute. I feel shy now. Like something saying thanks. I'm always grateful. I say thanks a lot. To nurse doc mom since is help in their time after all. Hi Mello. Ultra realistic Prisci. Prisci on 4K. No, please don't slop me. No, it's just that I think I gotta say thanks always since it's okay to be grateful and to let that person know you are thankful. Not lots of people say it, but I think I say it lots. Even if something is given to me. Like a cable. Or water. Whatever. I think I was like this since small, so yeah. The thanks master. Lolololo. Important holiday. There's the day of the nurse. May 12th. That should be okay, right? Should be the day. Damn mellow, thanks for the 50 streak. Thanks for the support. Don't worry, I hope I never get slopified. No Prisci stream go unwatched. Lol. Thanks a lot. Like it makes me happy and shy, cuz thanks a lot for the time. That would be okay, Rocky. Supreme Leader, yeah, I don't know about that. Lololo. Thanks a lot. I don't know, I feel happy here, that's all. Thanks. Me supreme leader? If I was a supreme leader, I would make Saturday peak day.
El presidente lololol.
Presidente.
Presidente.
OMG, these words are too powerful. I had never thinked about putting Prisci and president together. Boom.
Presidente.
Is crazy. No gun under my leadership, no one. Nobody, not even me. Guns are dangerous and humans are fragile. Must take care of my people. Lololo.
La presidenta.
Pit teeth replacements? Squishy mortals, no. Prisci dental. It's a dentist's place.
Presidental.
Prisci dental. Hey, nice word union. For sure is fun. Hey, don't forget to drink water. Thanks. My brodas, let's see a video. Hey, what do you mean with what water? Please drink water. This water propaganda, I will do it. Water is important, so please. My broda's vid time. First vid is about bad controllers. Worst game controllers we have. Oh boy, I hope they are bad. Lololo. Thanks for being here, let's start. Let's enjoy the almost peak day called Friday.
Hello and welcome to This Is. I'm in the process of setting up the Overclock Museum. We have accumulated a lot of things over the years of making content for you beautiful little blueberries.
Think about them as more of like raspberries, actually.
The judge made it very clear I'm not allowed to raspberry the audience anymore. So instead of a museum sounds so boring. The Overclock Media Shrine to Excellence. We went through our storerooms and said, you know what? I bet you a lot of you haven't seen some of these things that we have, and we're gonna pull them out. I want to know which one of these you've seen, which one of you haven't seen.
Well, I know something that you're very intimately familiar with. Your Wii TV Wrecking 9000. If you remember the beautiful
That thing totally broke screens. And TVs. And all.
Your Wii TV Wrecking 9000. If you remember the beautiful era of the Wii, so obviously Wii Sports was a very popular sort of game that came bundled with your Wii. You throw your Wii remote in here. Instead of you doing the little like dingusy thing with your hand, instead you've got this bowling ball attachment where you can throw a real bowling ball directly into your plasma TV.
The button pass
I call this plastic hell.
through is wonderful.
He's lying.
Ooh, that was good.
Yeah, so that's the thing. You want to let go of it so bad because it's a friggin' bowling ball.
What if we just used 12 dinosaurs worth of plastic?
It's way heavier than
these holes feel great. Like,
hold on. What? You mean for your fingers?
yeah. The only thing I didn't like about this is like you have to like.
Yeah, it's a little uncomfortable. It is, I will say, way too heavy.
No, it's perfect. It's a perfect little lad.
Keep in mind that there's a hole for the actual sensor bar. So you're like going through the menu and you're like, beep, beep, beep. Okay, cool. Break the TV.
It is a ball, so it doesn't like to stay.
It's not gonna stay. You know, you can try as much as you want. It's not gonna stay.
Oh! I'm sorry. Did someone just out Sir Isaac Newton you?
Can't wait for the apple to fall on your head.
We want to talk about some Wii stuff. Look, there's the one that everyone knows. It's the Wii Fit. I forgot how this is the heaviest thing in the world.
The Wii had all kinds of much more casual applications. It would weigh you. It could tell like your pressure points and everything. The Wii Fit U was better. It did come with the pedometer. So this is all about
so
like,
you could take it on the go.
the idea with the Wii Fit U was really that this just was a dumb way for you to exercise on your Wii and for your Wii to call you fat. I didn't like it that much because I apparently don't have good balance or something. It was always like,
no, you don't.
your
We
left
saw the
foot-
jump roping. I'm asking the real question that everyone in the audience
There's nothing
had.
really to ask.
Did you just get your body like this week?
I have many flaws in life, and the ability to jump rope is apparently one of them.
I got a good 400 pounds on you, and I made it look graceful.
I think we've had too much of this Wii shit.
Yeah, we'll get rid of the Wii shit. I don't want to break that.
Now, this is missing part of it because I didn't want to drag the whole thing over. Are you familiar with the greatest console that Sony ever released? Fill in the blank here, what you think the answer is, because there's only one answer, my friends.
There's controversy here.
There's not, actually. It's really simple.
It depends.
The PlayStation Portable.
Yes. Okay,
This
that is the correct
is the correct answer.
If you tell me that the PS Vita is the best console, I know that you have an anime girl wrapped around your car.
This, however, is no ordinary PSP. It has a PSP accessory. This is actually the controller from a PSP dev kit. And we got this many years ago from a company that rhymes with Rap Dom. It is one of the only actual dev kits that we have in the collection. I think it's super neat.
My PSP, I broke the day that we got our first HD TV.
You were so mad that your PSP wasn't HD and you snapped it in half.
My PSP was in the back of my GMC Jimmy, and my dad put the seat down to get the TV in. So when he put the seat down, it crushed my PSP. I was so happy to get the TV, and then so sad to lose the PSP.
I just traded my PSP into GameStop for like $15 in a sandwich.
The thing that I hated about the PSP is when devs wouldn't tell you that the game that they were selling is a completely
Totally different.
Like,
yes.
Sometimes they would just give you like a straight up mobile game.
And the problem was the PSP was powerful enough to play like basically PS2 level sort of games. But yeah, you're right. A lot of times you would get the PSP version, which is just a completely different mobile version. It was like close to like the DS or the Game Boy edition.
Did you know
Did I know?
the Dreamcast?
Wait. Oh, I forgot we have
The
this.
Dreamcast
the keyboard.
Ultimate Gaming System keyboard.
So the Dreamcast, as an online native console, is Phantasy Star Online, right? Isn't that one of the games that actually supported the keyboard?
Yeah, it is the most whatever keyboard.
I got a free issue of the official Sega Dreamcast magazine.
Ooh.
56K modem, 15 games at launch. Games to rival reality. Join the revolution with Sonic and Knuckles.
This is just how to use a keyboard.
You wanna get supersonic?
Hi. It's a pretty lady. I'm gonna go back to the Wii.
You always do. That's not the Wii!
Oh yeah. This
The
is
PlayStation logo's not the Wii!
This here is a magic book, and this was a one of the first Harry Potter games.
No, what? No. Not by like a decade, my dude.
This thing came out in 2012.
I don't know
Then
dates.
stop saying wrong things so confidently.
I'm confident.
So this is an accessory that you needed for the PS3 that also went with the PlayStation Move. It would use these like QR code looking things to like put stuff on your screen. So you would like hold it in front of your TV. It would actually like cut things out. It was actually like kind of cool for its time. You needed to get this, which came with the game, and you need to have the whole like PlayStation Move, which was never like wildly popular. So like it was a very, very narrow subset of people who
But
would
you
even buy
could
this.
Wingardium Leviosa.
Never heard of it.
No, it's Leviosa.
Oh yeah, you're right. It took like an hour to get it to work, and then it
You were
worked
thinking
good.
of something else. This thing literally just opened up and it just works.
How many books do you think I've read? Wait, a lot more than you. So
No, there's no words in this one.
I know, that's why I haven't read it. Guys, I am on fire today.
Yeah, not in the way you think. You know what? You're dumb. Dumb bells. Ha! Oh, put the guns away.
I will say that these feel weird as hell.
So the idea is that one is for your Wii remote, one's for your nunchuck. You're doing your yoga, and as you do it, you just got a little extra weight that actually gave you a little bit of resistance. As you're sitting there, you're pumping your 1 pound.
Pumping your iron.
Well, like more of your plastic.
Which was messed up, because as soon as you got on the board with it, it's like you gained 2 pounds.
Ha! Like, brother, have you considered taking a fat
I could think of worse Wii accessories. I am a boy.
And this is how I find out?
I am a Game Boy.
You're a gay man? I need to enunciate. All right, you're a Game Boy. Sure, you'll be a Game Boy, not a Game Man yet.
I haven't gone through my game bar mitzvah. So when you're gaming on the go, the Game Boy DMG is way bigger than you remember.
It is, yeah. Look at it in my totally normal sized hand.
So this was a way to let people know that you were a gamer for realsies.
I forget who made this one.
Game Boy.
Thanks. Appreciate it.
So in here, we have
The whole kit.
the original DMG. This one doesn't work.
You got your light boy. Have you ever wanted to see things?
Millennials, help me out here. Let the youngins know in the comments the struggle of trying to play your Game Boy in the car at night, and
Your
turn
dad
on
said that's illegal to turn on the back seat light, right?
and then you're like, ah,
jail.
blind.
Yep.
And so what you were doing is you were trying to play Pokemon in the 3-second
lights.
intervals when the street lights came by. And so these little nubbins here fit into the screw sockets of this, and it just kind of clicks in a little bit. Not only does it magnify and illuminate, it looks cool doing it. You also had
Yeah, buddy.
the chunkiest. This is a belt pack.
This one doesn't work because almost all these batteries have like melted at this point. But
So this is 8 hours charge time. I could game for hours on this.
unfortunately, a lot of the stuff is broken because it's like 30, almost 40 years old. Jesus Christ. You might have your Game Space Boy ready to go. How about one of the hottest hits of the late 2000s? Guitar Hero, baby! Can you play Smoke on the Water, please? To me,
Yeah, it was.
This was honestly like the peak of like accessories. You think about Guitar Hero and Rock Band, and it was such a massive thing. I remember like being so jealous. Like I'd be shopping with my dad at Walmart, and like we'd be walking by, and they'd have like the Guitar Hero or the Rock Band set up. I'm like, I want it.
I never got too into it because again, I was a douchebag. And like, you know, like we go to like a friend's house and that's all they want to play. This is big. You know what's bigger though?
Well, don't just leave us hanging here.
It's another Game Boy. We have the Light Boy.
So chunky.
What if you want to take it to the next level? So this here is the mini arcade because you missed the thrill of playing in the arcade at Pizza Hut in the 90s. Ah!
Don't break the box. Okay. Gentle with the box.
Yeah, it's
the box
very
is older than many people watching this video.
not me. What you got here is a docking station. One of the worst parts about having a Game Boy is having to find AA batteries.
Yeah,
So
brother.
what this did was double down. This used 4 C cells.
I've taken my emergency flashlight kit for the house, of course.
Like game storage for 2 games, but then a weirdly large amount of extra space in there. Because everyone knows while the Game Boy had really good speakers, it wasn't quite stereo.
No, it did not.
By plugging in the aux, and it gave you stereo firing speakers. Then you put on this cover, and then you played it more like an arcade than you did a Game Boy.
Oh, you gotta put your magnifying glass down
Magnify it, which made the screen like
Still bad. Very bad.
like 10 times bigger.
Still bad.
Oh, what's that? You still want to get to your connector port? Well, slides open. Now, as an adult, I just hold it like this.
You have big boy hands now.
I do. I have my Jimmy Deans. You got your big on-off switch back there. What more could you possibly need? I don't know why this was a thing.
The thing was, like, the Game Boy was popular and incredibly flawed, and it was a goldmine for accessory companies, much the same way that the Wii was like, hey, everybody jump in and make a dumb bowling ball or whatever. I just found a controller that did not realize we have, and I have nothing to say about it besides what the hell. Is that a Street Fighter PS1 controller?
Street Fighter PS1 controller.
Where did this come from? I've never seen this before.
You bought it.
I don't think that I did.
I love M. Bison.
Please elaborate. Why?
Okay, he's like, all right, I want to take over the world.
Yep. Good start.
I want to make super soldiers. How am I going to get my super soldiers? Street Fighter tournament. I have one that's not a controller, but it is a controller. I don't...
Oh my God, Matt. Is that what I think it is? Did I just see what I thought I saw?
If you would describe me as one thing, what would it be?
Pass.
A traveling Japanese businessman. That's why I have
This is a sore point
the
for me.
Sega Mega Jet.
This is back when the Mega Drive / Genesis was incredibly popular. So this right here is essentially the Mega Drive and the controller built all into one. All you need to do is plug into power into video. This was a design for the Genesis to be shrunk down where you could be sitting on your plane and you could be actually playing like real Mega Drive games. What they did was because Sega already designed this, that's why they call them the Mega Jet. They'd already designed this for JAL, like whatever, we'll sell it. So you look on the back, they have a little like, hey, it's super portable. You can take it over to your friend's house and just like plug it in. It's incredibly cool. For sale and use only in Japan because it never went outside Japan. And it was not massively successful because it was not that much portable. Basically what they did was they took the work they had done to shrink it down and they turned it into the Genesis Nomad, which was actually a fully portable version of the Genesis. I say it's a sore subject because I spent a lot of money buying this complete in box from Japan, and it did not work. And I have been unsuccessful in fixing it, which is why it has not been in any videos because I'm grumpy about it. Like imagine they released a Series S right now that was like half the size, that had controller ports and like an HDMI port. Like that's what this would be. No one really bought Mega Jets, right? Like again, they made it for planes like, oh, we might as well sell it to a few people, and like some people bought it. But again, I just think it's cool they use the tech from big to medium to small. Really the reason why they ever made the Nomad to begin with was because they had already done most of the work with the Mega Jet. I just think it's super cool.
Here's what you youngins also didn't know.
Yeah.
The struggle of being tethered to the console and then accidentally yanking it off the top of the TV. Remember you used to be able to put stuff on top of your TV?
Yeah. Man, you know
That's
what?
a very old sentence.
We're just too old. I think that's the main problem. If you too are way too old, make sure to subscribe to the This Is channel and ring-a-ling the ding-a-ling button. And you too can come back through memory lane back when gas was $1. But here on the This Is channel, we will exist hopefully for a long time.
Hey, so those were crazy. Some good e-waste lol. Hey ZVJ. My brodas, that was fun. Next vid, since we had been seeing this, is Skyrim's werewolves are really stupid. Yeah, Skyrim's werewolves are really stupid. Thanks for being here. Let's start.
The werewolf is a folklore legend that is most commonly told as the tale of a man who is cursed to shapeshift into a theranthropic, wolf-like humanoid creature. A complicated way of saying wolf that kind of looks like a guy. They usually transform uncontrollably, only when there is a full moon shining in the sky. At least that's one interpretation, but the legend has been twisted and adapted for fiction in hundreds of different ways, whether to scare children or to give Taylor Lautner a career. And I actually only recently learned that there are werewolves in Skyrim, and that if you join a group called the Companions, eventually they will share the wolf's blood with you, allowing you to become a werewolf. Skyrim's werewolves are really stupid. I swear, every time I learn something new about them, it just makes me laugh. Like the fact that werewolves aren't the only were creatures you can find in Skyrim. There are were-bears you can find on this island, and they're at war with the werewolves. Why? I don't know. Doesn't make any goddamn sense. It's kind of funny though, and also a little bit awesome. I have spent hours now trying to experience everything werewolf related that this game has to offer. Just really going down the rabbit hole, or wolf hole, I get. No, that sounds weird. And I have come away with 3 major problems with the werewolves in Skyrim that I want to talk about in this video. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're the 4th problem.
My bro, does the camera stop? Wait. The cam, something happened. Let me fix it.
Now, the first problem I have is with the actual story for the werewolf questline. It starts in the most iconic city in Skyrim, Whiterun. Maybe one of the most iconic cities in a video game ever. And I mean, look at me. I know a thing or two about games. I'm kind of a gamer. Right down and around the corner from Dragon's Reach, in this big building that was made out of an old boat, is where the companions live. And apparently, it's where they also beat the hell out of each other for seemingly no reason. I went to talk to the group's leader named Kodlak and asked him if I could join, and he kind of just let me in instantly. No questions asked. They don't tell you any of the werewolf stuff yet. That's for later. Right now, you really just have to do simple quests for them to prove your worth to the guild. And the one that I got was, go beat up this woman. For I don't even remember why. I just had to find her and go beat her up. And she got way too into it. I honestly got a little scared.
You can't scare me into submission. Let's go.
Maybe I'm not cut out for the group. I don't know, that was scary. See, the companion's questline itself is very short, and so they kind of extend it out and just put little random encounters in the middle. They're called Radiant quests, and normally I don't mind them if the story around them is interesting. But so far, the story is just a bunch of Viking dudes who sit around and talk about how honorable and noble they are, that they stay out of politics, but then, like, are just mercenaries who beat people up for money and sent me to beat up this lady who really wanted to fight. I don't care about this stuff. I don't care at all. Just let me see the werewolf. Let me see the beast. Let the beast out. Let the first actual quest that they send you on, and where the werewolves actually finally come up, is being sent into a pretty basic dungeon where you're looking for the fragment of an axe that they really like. They send this dude Farkas with you, and at first I could not stand this guy, but over time he has become my favorite of all the companions just because he's so stupid, and I like that about him. Everyone around him will tell you, like, yeah, he's pretty dumb, like he doesn't have a lot going on up there, but then when you talk to him, he kind of just goes, no, I'm not actually stupid. Like, everyone thinks I'm stupid, but I'm not.
Some people don't think I'm smart. Those people get my fist.
We love a little false confidence. The dungeon is pretty standard for Skyrim, just fighting Draugr and trudging deeper into the crypt. You like that? The crypt. That one felt like a pungent kind of word. That wasn't the right adjective. But as I walked into this sprawling room, I noticed the path forward was blocked. Found a lever that would open the door, but as I pulled it, the gate directly in front of me slammed shut. At this point, none of my weapons or my spells were available, and all I could do was watch as the Silver Hand ambushed Farkas in front of me. The Silver Hand are werewolf hunters. They hunt and kill werewolves with silver. I think it's like a play because werewolves are weak to silver, and so they're like the Silver Hand, like that's their weakness. That's who that is. Now you know. And they were here because Farkas is a werewolf.
OMG. OMG. I'm not getting left behind.
See, this would be so cool if he didn't look hilarious. Like, just look at the way he runs. I don't know, looks like his pants are full. Something about that just makes me giggle. I think it looked cooler from behind the bars, but when I free cammed out to go and watch it, it was so anticlimactic, especially because you could see him transform and then just hit them and kind of stand there for a second and then hit them again. I don't know. At this point in the quest though, honestly, I was kind of sold. I was hyped and praying that I would get to play as a werewolf. That's all I wanted. I want to let the beast out, no Jimmy. And thankfully, after we recovered the fragment, we do. They tell you that only a secret circle within the companions even knows about this werewolf blood. And for some reason now, you're a part of that circle. This is the heart of problem number one. That's stupid. That's really stupid. I did not have to work for anything or try very hard at all to not only join their guild, but to join their secret werewolf club in their guild. I've known these people for 30 minutes. It's like if you meet someone who's kind of cool and you're like, hey, do you want to hang out? And they look at you and they go, yeah, I do, dude. I like the cut of your jib. Here's the keys to my house and also my dog. His name is Gumbles and he likes to fart at inopportune moments. Why would I want your dog? It just doesn't make sense at all. This is kind of a general problem with Skyrim though. Everyone is always saying yes to you and you're always winning no matter what. But I feel like this is the most egregious example. I can barely remember these guys' names, and now they're gonna take me into their secret cave, which brings me to problem number 2. Hope we're keeping track. There's 3, I'm on 2. When you go into the Underforge and begin your initiation, one of the companions named Ayla transforms into a werewolf right in front of you. Now that's a wolf hole I'd go down. Yeah, I'm not taking it back. We're gonna sit in this. We're gonna feel this moment together, and the repercussions of what I just said. Okay, I don't know why this made me laugh so hard, but when they're going to put the blood in the bowl, that guy walks over to Ayla and he's going to cut her arm so it'll fill with the wolf's blood. There's a whole animation for him going over to cut it, and then it just splat. I don't know, it's like straight into the bowl.
Lol.
Anyway, when you drink the blood, you finally transform. Problem number 2. Playing as the werewolf is not fun. Let me break down this gameplay for you real quick. We've got 2 attacks. One where you slash, and another where you slash big. Sometimes it ragdolls people around, and that's funny. You got a fast run. That's kind of cool. Your stats go up a little bit. That's nice too. And also, get this, you can yell really loud and it'll sometimes scare off low-level creatures. Probably not most things. It's probably most things are gonna be fine and not scared. And at a base level, that's it. That is all you can do. And before the Dawnguard DLC came out, that was it entirely. That was all there was. But with that DLC came the addition of a werewolf skill tree, which helps a little bit. I think even Bethesda realized that the werewolf gameplay was so half-baked that they needed to add like at least something. So this was their way of compensating. Now you can upgrade the amount of damage you do, summon 2 wolves, gain 100 more points to health and stamina. That's big. Check me out. Summon 2 wolves, but they're different wolves, and you can increase the power of your big roar. Yeah, that's it. I mean, it's kind of cool in a vacuum, but when you consider that this is taking place in Skyrim, the game where you basically play as God, like you can be a grand wizard combat master that eats the souls of dragons and wears their scales as armor. You're switching between spells in any school of magic, multiple different kinds of melee and ranged weapons. You're using shouts you stole from dragon souls. Why in the world would you want to play as a wet puppy? That's like Jesus coming down from heaven, but instead of being a dude who's super shredded, he's like a tiny little bull terrier and he can't do much. Like seriously, at higher levels, becoming a werewolf kind of just makes you weaker. The transformation into a werewolf doesn't happen during a full moon either. It's just a power that you can use once per day at any point. And here's a quick question to chew on. Where does my stuff go when I turn into a werewolf? No, because you see how when I transform, my armor like shifts and extends out in a weird, stupid way to fit the werewolf mold, and then it just disappears. Where is that going, bro? All my stuff is still in my inventory when I turn back, so like, where did it go for the duration? Stop fighting me. Why are you evil right now? They're gonna see that you're evil. They're gonna know. It surely didn't go into your inventory because when you're a werewolf, you don't have one. Also meaning you can't pick anything up. That has got to be the most infuriating thing about shifting into the werewolf. If you want to loot absolutely anything, you'll have to wait until you shift back because there's no button to automatically shift back. You just kind of have to wait. Okay, this is kind of a skill issue. I did realize way too late that you can just use the wait feature in Skyrim to get out of wolf form. I just kind of stood around. The questline does continue on, and for the most part, you just have to go around killing the Silver Hand, which is that group of werewolf hunters I was talking about earlier. This is actually the majority of the questline, and honestly, the most fun I had with it. The Silver Hand is not exactly the most formidable faction. You can just kind of show up to their place of residence and bully them until they die. You know, after writing that, I realized something very crucial about the story of the companions is that these guys, the Silver Hand, totally the good guys. Totally like the people in the right in this story. 100% the companions are the bad guys. Like there's no way around that. And it's weird because everyone around you treats the companions like this great noble faction. There was even a guard in the city who stopped me and commended me for joining them.
You've been seen in the company of the companions. an honorable path, your own friend.
You know, what a nice guy. It is a shame that the first time I turned, I probably killed him and ate his heart. Oh, and did I mention that you can eat people's hearts? Not only can you, but that's like a major function of the werewolves. Eating people's hearts makes you stay in beast form for longer. Eating the hearts increases your health. And eating the hearts is how you gain skill points in the werewolf skill tree. And that's the only way to do it. So major incentives here for eating people's hearts. Yet just we're for sure the bad guys. Everybody in the comments of the last video was telling me to pet her, saying she's touch starved. She's not touch starved. She just does this when I'm on the green screen. I don't know why. She never does it anywhere else. Are you evil right now? You evil? No, you're nice. You can never tell. I read online something about the Silver Hand originally being a part of the companions, but they split off from the faction when all the werewolf stuff was going down. They just didn't want any part in it. And so now they've made it their mission to hunt them. I think they probably made the right call. These guys probably need to be hunted. Kind of wish you could join them. I feel like that would be way more fun, but you can't. You can eat hearts though. You can definitely eat hearts. This kind of adds on to problem 1. Let me just add on to that a little bit. Give it like problem 1.5. For sure makes you evil, even though the world around you does not acknowledge how evil this is. I'm just gonna stick that there at 1.5. At the end of the quest line, and yeah, it's pretty much over. That was all. We finally start to get into the origins of the werewolves, how all of this came to be. So basically, the companions were a normal group of mercenaries who decided to seek out a group of witches and make a pact with them in exchange for power. I'm not sure exactly what the witches got out of it, but the companions became werewolves. Only it wasn't a blessing, it was a curse. Not because being a beast has any downsides whatsoever. It's kind of just all upside for these guys. But because if you take the wolf's blood, when you die, you will be sent to hunting hell, super evil hunting hell, where you have to hunt forever or something like that. That's the simplest way of putting it, but it basically has to do with a Daedric lord named Hircin who will claim your soul after death. The companion's leader Kodlak tells you all of this because he wants to undo the curse. He doesn't want to die and go to evil hunting hell forever. Honestly, kind of fair. He wants to go to Viking heaven. And he thinks the only way to get there is to undo the curse by finding the witches who gave them the power in the first place.
The witch's magic ensnared us. Only their magic can release us.
Oh, and also cut off their heads. You have to, that's part of it. That's a big part of it. So the next quest is running up into the witch's house and cutting all their heads off and taking them. They throw fireballs at you, which will kill you so fast, but if you can get to them fast enough, you can hit them with the like 1, 2, 3 combo and he'll go flying, and it's funny every time. And I get that witches are normally considered evil. That makes sense. And calling them witches makes it justified to do whatever you cut off their heads if you want. But let's just look at all the facts here, like really lay them out. This group, the companions, went to these witches and asked for power. The witches just gave it to him. Great, awesome, everyone was happy. Now, a bunch of years later, there's a new leader in the companions and he doesn't want to be a werewolf. And so we show up to them, and instead of asking, you know, hey, can we undo this? Instead of saying literally anything, we cut their heads off. And not only that, but he sends a guy, the player, who he's only known for like a day, to go cut their heads off. I'm just saying, that sounds mega evil still. Like, we're moving in the right direction. We're trying not to be werewolves anymore. Still doing evil shit. Big time evil. Still got their heads though. I took them. Also, this whole origin, this is just how the companions themselves became werewolves. It's actually interesting. There are werewolves you can find in the wild that are not descendants of the companion. It seems for them that it was more of a virus they contracted that turned them into feral wolves. A lot more similar to the traditional lore of werewolves, which kind of brings me to problem number 3. We're on number 3. It's the last one. Hooray. The werewolves in Skyrim are not werewolves. Not really, anyway. I mean, yes, they kind of are, but less in a folklore way and more in a Twilight New Moon kind of way. Take a look at this concept art that was drawn up for them. They look so much more humanoid than they actually ended up. You know, they already didn't do a lot of building off of existing lore for werewolves. So if they weren't gonna follow a lot of that, why not just make it something their own and make them these more humanoid creatures? Still give me access to all my spells, my weapons and stuff, so that from a gameplay perspective, it's not stupid. They could have done it their own way, where the curse makes you like slightly stronger, slightly faster, but also makes you look like that, which would really only impact you in social situations. And now look at this other piece of concept art that was drawn up for the werewolves. This man running through the streets, chasing his cat, not knowing that on the roof, prowling behind him, lit by the moonlight, was a wolf man hunting him. This one little concept art feels more in line with the idea of werewolves than anything I've seen in the entire game. Remember how before I mentioned on an island somewhere there were werewolves and werebears at war? Well, it's part of the Dragonborn DLC, and all across that island you can see this war taking place. There's specifically this one group that when you go up to talk to them and you're not a werewolf, they won't interact with you at all. But if you share the wolf's blood, you can interact with all of them, and you can talk to, say, this woman right here, and she'll tell you all about how her village, the place that she grew up, was overrun by werebears. This is like an ongoing conflict.
My pack lived in the mountains northeast of here, till they were wiped out. Damn werebears.
If you go up and find that village in the place she described, you can find a group of werebears. It's kind of cool. I actually like it, but it doesn't make any goddamn sense. I think both of those things can be true. Are there any really hardcore Elder Scrolls lore fans out there who can tell me what is the lore behind this other than that, like, they're predators and fighting over hunting grounds? Technically, they would all be under the purview of Hircin, the Daedric Lord, which would kind of put them on the same side. So why are they fighting? And don't say because Hircin likes to see them fight. I saw somebody say that online. I don't like that reason. Find another one. I understand that this legend of werewolves has been twisted and recounted in thousands of different ways, and it would not be fair of me to say that this game's depiction of werewolves is not accurate. But I think it is fair of me to say that it's stupid how this legend has been twisted and told in thousands of different ways, and even with all of that material to grab from, this is how it ended up. There's so many ideas to pull from, like forced transformations when there's a full moon. That would have been awesome to play out. Maybe there could have been a chance that when you turn, you could lose control and you would like black out and wake up 24 hours later having done a bunch of stuff, and you have to go and figure out what it is that you did. Kind of like a random encounters thing. Or maybe there just wasn't even enough time to flesh all of this out. I don't know, and I'm not gonna pretend to know. All I can say for sure is that when I'm playing through this quest line, it does not feel to me like a werewolf story. It is not rewarding in a gameplay sense. It feels ultimately half-baked. It just feels like they shoehorned this folklore in without a lot of thought. And that is my third and final problem with the werewolves in Skyrim. But I want to talk to you about the one thing I like about the werewolves in Skyrim. When you return with the severed witch heads, you find that the leader of the companions, Kodlak, is dead. Everyone around is furious and wants to go get revenge. And you do. You go full wolf mode and just tear through the Silver Hand base. They're dead. It's over. Not mandatory to kill them all. I chose to anyway. I'm starting to get into it. But it's when you return that everyone is gathered at the Skyforge, the hottest forge in all of Skyrim, now being used for a funeral to honor Kodlak. It's this little somber moment where all of the characters you've met over the course of this questline, and some others, are just gathered around in silence. Some of them stepping forward to share their memories, but all of them grieving. Even the Jarl, the ruler of the city, has come here to honor Kodlak. The one thing I like about the werewolves of Skyrim is that they're people. Characters that I actually grew fond of and liked for what they were. Characters that argued about what they should do next.
A certain strength of spirit.
Master, you're not truly considering accepting him.
If getting revenge for Kodlak's death was a good idea, and if that was something he would have even wanted.
Kodlak did not care for vengeance. No, Farkas, he didn't. And that's not what this is about.
When you first get here to join the companions, you can ask every single character in here why they joined the companions. And each of them will give you a different answer. Some will tell you that they were raised to do this.
My mother was a companion, and her mother, and all the women in my family back to Harati Blackblade.
Some who dreamed of joining this incredible band of warriors.
Are you kidding? I've wanted to be with them since I was a little girl.
And some who just wanted to get drunk and kill shit.
Fortune and glory, friend. Fortune and glory.
For the very final quest in this line, you can go and find Kodlak's spirit in an evil dungeon where you can free him using the severed witch heads from evil hunting hell forever. And you do that by defeating his wolf spirit.
And so slain the beast inside of me.
That's a crazy sentence to say. It is actually kind of cool though. And afterwards, you can even go on to help some of the other companions rid themselves of this werewolf curse.
This is how a warrior should feel. Alive and aware, not clouded with thoughts of the hunt.
Oh, and also right before Kodlak goes to Super Nord Heaven, he deems you worthy of leading the companions. Now you're the leader.
Did I hear right? Did he say you were to lead the companions?
You've been here for like 3 days? You clearly know what's going on. You're kind of the guy. I don't know. I've only known you for 3 days, but I like the cut of your jib. Here's the key to my house and my farting dog. I don't know why he does this. Put it under problem 1, whatever. I didn't like the quest line. I think that was obvious. And I didn't like how they included werewolves in this game. Was kind of disappointed. Made me really sad. I was kind of hyped for that. I was hoping this would be a really positive video. I don't normally like to be negative, but I stand by what I said. And also, it's like a little sliver within Skyrim, one of the greatest games ever. So I don't know, I feel like it's fair and can still be lighthearted. I'm wearing a wolf hoodie. I don't think anyone's taking me super seriously right now. And these wolf pants, these kind of go hard, I won't lie. But you know what? It was bad in like a cheesy way. And I love that. Like cheesy movies. I watch cheesy movies all the time. It's like my favorite thing. I do wish they gave the werewolves in Skyrim
That thing is like 200% polyester.
the love that they did vampires, because oh my god, the Dawnguard quest line is so fun. Let me know if you'd want to see me make a video about Skyrim's vampires, because that one would be a very positive video. You know, I honestly might just make that video anyway, so like subscribe so you don't miss it, because I'm probably gonna do it. But in the meantime, that is everything about the werewolves in Skyrim.
But it's not over yet. Oh, you don't get to go that easy.
I wanted to let y'all know that I'm starting a Patreon, and we're gonna be posting behind the scenes stuff like that over there. So if you want to know how I make my videos, what all goes into it, hear from my editors maybe, go over to Patreon. I've got a link in the description. Should be patreon.com/bisleychannel. And if for some reason you want your name to scroll along the side of the video as it ends, then we're doing that over there too. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you that giving your money to a YouTuber is a good use of your funds. I'm not gonna pretend like that's the most important thing you could do with your money, but I promise you, whatever you can, if you can, give us anything, I will use it for cool stuff, like buying wolf masks. Or we really wanna get a studio. I think that's the biggest dream right now, is to have a space we can go to. Geek, one of the editors, is moving over here to my town, to where I live. So I'd love to just have a place where we could go that isn't my basement, with just like green sheets that, hello, evil, green sheets that like
And the
come
werewolf.
up constantly. We could build a whole little thing. But yeah, I promise I will use your money responsibly. I promise. I won't spend it all on wolf hoodies. I might do it. But yeah, Patreon. Yeah. Click the card right here to go and watch.
Bro treads to buy more wolf hotties. Lolololo. OMG lolololo. Is the uniform. Have a good night voice. Thanks for being here. A wolf hoodie lolololo. This vampire don't last a stream, my bad.
Wow.
The other thanks you so much. Thanks you. My brodas, it's time for me to go. My stomach has been a problem. Thanks for being here. Thanks a lot for today. I had lots of fun. This had helped me a lot. But I really want to be on another position. This hurts. Sorry if today's stream was short. Thanks a lot. Thanks for the good wishes. Please take lots of care. Have a nice rest of the day or night. Please drink water and donate plasma if you can. I will see y'all tomorrow for more fun times. My brodas, thanks. Take lots of care. Love y'all. Lolo Jackmad. See y'all soon.